Nice. Let's make our assessments. Wow, she's got a lot of damaged goods down here. Let's bring you in close, that way you can see what we got. Now we're talking. Okay, so now we can just pop that top, pop that top, pop that top. This is how I make $300 a day from moringa. We've done row 1, row 2. We're in row 3 right now. And we just harvested back 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. We're going to get to these numbers right here, but what I realize is number 73 isn't even on the map, so I'm going to have to move these up. And that's all good, because that's why we're here. We're really here to document the exact spot that these trees in. So this tree right here is number 73. So this is why we have this map, and we're out here. You can see this is the sign for the Adopt a Tree program. This is a sponsorship program. And it's summertime, so these greens are amazing. They're super green. They're going to come out amazing. This powder that you order from us, the tea that you order from us, is super fresh. So I really appreciate your patience when you order from us. It takes a few days for us to get it dried, about a week. Then it takes us about a week to move through the process of packaging. Sometimes orders can take about a week to arrive. And that's just because we're flowing through about 50, sometimes over 100 orders a week. And so thank you. Thank you for all your support, trusting in us. It's only been a few hours. You got to get them within 6 to 12 hours, washed up. Look at that chamber right there. I'll be able to use this as an example. I'll take a picture of that. That's a chamber right there. And where does it happen? In between the collars. Right? You don't see that, but the tree naturally forms this protection to keep it from rotting down here. It sealed it off. Look at that seal. And there's an outer seal here as well. Bark, the cadmium layer right here. Look at that. And then it just rotted on the inside. This week, if you text big tree, you could receive a big moringa tree in the mail. Just text big tree to 813-696-6676. We now have trees that are about 4 or 5 months old that now have a huge taproot, that now have thick stems and wood, to where we can ship these in the mail to you directly. You'll just put this in the ground or put it in a pot and she'll regrow all new sticks and stems. But this is the best way to get started. If you haven't had a chance to start your moringa farm or your grove or your orchard or your operation, or even get a chance to get any trees this summer, this is a chance to get a head start. You can still enjoy the rest of the summer having fresh greens coming from this. You can eat directly from this before the cold comes. Usually when the cold comes around the USA, moringa trees go dormant, or they may die back. And I just want you to know that you can grow moringa like an annual, and it'll come back every single year. This is something that you'll want to do if you want to have fresh greens, is just to start over again. And this is what we're doing down here in this line, in this grove. We're just starting over. I may actually plant this particular big tree out here. We have an empty spot in the back. And so just keep hanging with us, follow with us. We're just working our way down the field. I want to introduce you to the Adopt a Moringa Tree program. We've got a few big trees here. I'm actually going to take a photo of this big tree right here that you can see. And I'll even show you the sign real quick, the Adopt a Moringa Tree program. It comes with a beautiful sign. This sign is something that you can put by your tree. We're going to have it waterproofed and put your name on it. This is a prototype sign that I made just to show you guys exactly how we're launching the Adopt a Moringa Tree program. We'll even make this sign a little bit bigger with a QR code, so that way you can put your business. This is an opportunity for you to promote your moringa business, or any business. Say you have a roofing business. I give tours and talks out here all the time. If you have a electrical business or some sort of trades business, you can promote your business out here. Just yesterday, I gave a family a tour. I gave 2 separate tours out here. I give tours out here every day. So what we'll do is we'll stick this down here by the tree. At the base of your tree, you can name your tree. And this is a way for you to be able to come in and also harvest and eat the leaves from your tree. This is a sponsorship package where you get marketing and advertising. We'll even promote you on our podcast show. And there's a few more details about that at the checkout at growmoringa.com. You can go to the shop there. I'm also working on an Adopt a Tree page with more information. Let's go ahead and even just turn around real quick and harvest these trees. I'm going to take a picture of them real quick. If this is number 62 here, and then I've got that nice tree there that I haven't even taken a photo of yet, let's go ahead and give them a quick little photo op. This tree here, I've been seeing her come back. Let's get the grass away from the base here, and we'll get a good photo of this tree. And then we'll also cut her back. We're documenting this whole process here. Nice. And then we'll get a photo of this tree here too, number 62. So that way we can see. Boom. Okay, one of the things that we'll do is we'll cut this tree back real short, so that way she splits. It looks like she froze back completely in the frost. And I can see a collar. I like this collar here. Like this collar here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cut her back right here. Boom. And we'll harvest these greens. I've got a few more signs in here I need to use. Let's go and come back to, I think this is number 63. I may go ahead and just go ahead and label number 63 here in a second. Let's go ahead and remove some of the unwanted branching. What's good about coming through here and doing this now, especially since we're in the summer, full summer, there might be some wasp or some bugs in here. I just knocked a wasp nest over here. I actually just got stung the other day by a wasp right here in this area. It could have been right there from that nest. This is going to be a good way to bring this tree up taller. We're going to figure out, I might keep the center just on this one. Definitely want to go ahead and pull some of these lowers off that are just here. I know that this one is just kind of low. I want to bring this tree up a little bit. Let's go ahead and harvest this back here and stretch this out. There we go. Getting some of this big grass out of here. Now that we can see this sucker here doesn't need to be there. Yeah, I think what I'll do is kind of treat this kind of center one as a potential one that can kind of come out a little bit more here. This one's really nice coming out here. We're going to go ahead and bring that back there though. Now that we've got 3 nice pieces there, it looks like this could have gotten damaged a little bit, but it's got a nice piece coming out here. Let's go ahead and bring that back there and then just bring that back there. So we've got her now in full sun. Looks like she was getting a little bit of spiders on here. Let's see, I can bring you in a little close so you can see now what she looks like. She was, I think, getting a little bit of spiders. Down in there, there's a little bit of spiders. You can see it's kind of waspy down there, and this is going to help just bring it up, get it into the sun. What I'm also going to do is bring this Mexican sunflower back. here and help to suppress some of the grass and some of the weeds that are right here in this area. There could be some bugs, some wasps. Hopefully I don't get stung here. And just start to bring this area back into sun. It looks like I put a plumeria here not too long ago just to see if that'll sprout a nice little plumerias flower right there. The goal with the Mexican sunflower is to use as a chop and drop. So I just want to find like just a couple of branches that I really like off the Mexican sunflower and keep them. So that way we can start forming the base really solid. It doesn't need all this extra stuff. But this does help to suppress the grass. Here, it looks like there's one thick one in here. There's another thick one in here that doesn't need to be here. It's just too close. We're just going to start structuring these babies out. I'm going to pull this over here and just set that down. Let's go ahead and get the gloves on now that we're getting serious. Hopefully this doesn't get too hot out here now. It's starting to get a little sunny. I could probably bring this back down into the shade here. Let's go ahead and see if we can bring this down into the shade so that way you guys can hang out with me as long as possible. It's a little bit shady over here. And yeah, now you can see some of what's going on here. I just spent the last 4 days working on the wholesale sheet. And I think I finally got the wholesale sheet finished. Yeah, there's definitely some wasps over here on this tree here. Really hope we can get through here. Without too many issues. Yeah. Hopefully we don't get stung again. My leg was super swollen for a couple of days. This is why we're coming through here, so that way we can let nature know that we're just caring for it. We don't mean to harm, but we are running a little bit of a farm here. Respectfully, there's lots of places to make a home. And usually it's on something that we're using. So what I might do is keep like these two solid pieces here and just try to form this Mexican sunflower. Let's see here if I can somehow keep the wasps while I harvest this tree. I might have to come back to this tree another time. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna try to do it. Once we get the sun opened up here, you can see here we're opening this baby up. It's what happens when you have a lot of shade here, and also we are nutrifying the soil. And we're just going to bring this Mexican sunflower back to here. That's what we want. Two solid pieces. This will just form and come up right here the whole time. So if this is number 63, this is number 64 here. Let's see if we can get number 64 on frame. Hopefully we don't get me stung. In the shade, number 64. Here we go. I can feel them buzzing around here. This one's probably going to have to be cut back pretty drastically. Actually, you know what? Let's use the shade of this tree here while we harvest this back. It's starting to get really sunny. We got to get out here early. Okay, here we go. This is a good shot. Oops. This one's going to have to be brought back quite a bit. That's why I want to show you kind of close up. Yeah. And you know, we've got some big sticks in here that we were planting. I think we're missing actually a big tree just right over there. So we might plant that one big tree there. This tree might have to be brought back all the way because it's rotting all the way down here. See how this is rotting all the way down? This is why we're probably going to have to really bring this tree back quite far. This is keeping our grove orchard healthy. And also in the sun, now that it's starting to rain a lot. I mean, we're going to be going into a lot of rain here. Even though it seems really dry right now, it hasn't rained in a couple days. It's really, really hot and muggy. Let's see here. Could probably keep definitely these three here. This is nice. This piece here just seems to be rotting right here with a bunch of pieces just coming off of it. I'm going to just take that baby all the way and get that out of there. Let's get this in here so we can see what to do. I kind of like this, but she's kind of rotten on there. If I bring this back here, let's take a look at the wood. Okay, so she is kind of soft right here. She's going to heal there, and then we can just bring that back. And then bring this back here. And she'll come back. 64. Let's go ahead and just number this one while we're here. So we have her organized. Okay. And we'll do number 64. I really want to keep, see there's some ants coming out of here, just rustling up this area, keeping the grass from around the base. This is how we keep our trees clean. So we'll do 64. Nice. All right, let's come into the one that possibly got me stung. I'm looking to see if we can find some shade for our trusty camera here. We're going to be getting rid of the shade here. It's in shade right now. But I'm going to be trimming this shade back. So here we are. Number 65. We've harvested already 65 trees together in the last couple weeks. We've got a full dry room. I think the reason why the wasps are really attracted to this one is because she was in the shade. She had the protection of the Mexican sunflower. There's a lot of grass around it. So this is why coming through here and cleaning up. This is just kind of coming down. Take a clean piece off there. Let's see here. Which ones do we like? There's like a whole side knuckle of this tree that is just hanging off the side here. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. It's just, I mean, it's just kind of hanging off the side of this tree. I kind of like how it's kind of going off to the back. What I might do is just drastically kind of cut off this whole knuckle right here. clean that up. Get her to really start coming out this way. This one's just kind of coming off to the side. I like that one. I think what I'll do is, so far so good. We've gotten some greens off of these trees. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a great day harvesting these trees and these greens. They're super green. It's time to get them trimmed back before the rainy season. I'm really just getting the field trimmed back and ready for storms. Here it is, July, already coming into August. And we have a lot of greens now coming into the field. We'll get some more. Let's go back out into the field. We'll just hang out here for a few minutes until we get a nice big pile. Hey, we're back. And we're about to plant one of these big trees out here in the field. I harvested this from one of our intensive beds that I planted just a few months ago. And now, if you text big tree to 813-696-6676, you'll have a chance to win a big tree like this. These trees are just now starting to come in really, really big. I have intensive beds in between these orchard rows, which will have several videos of me going in and harvesting and cutting these trees back. Right now we're here in the back of the field, and I'll show you exactly where we are right now on the map to help document the process of our moringa farms. That way you guys know and can see what's going on here at Grow Moringa Farms in Plant City, Florida. So let me show you the map where we are right now. Actually, so we have the farm store, and then we've already done the intensive, we've already done the hedge, we've already done row 1, row 2. We're in row 3 right now. And we just harvested back 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. We're going to get to these numbers right here. But what I realize is number 73 isn't even on the map. So I'm going to have to move these up. And that's all good because that's why we're here. We're really here to document the exact spot that these trees in. So this tree right here is number 73. So this is why we have this map. And we're out here. You can see this is the sign for the Adopt a Tree program. This is a sponsorship program where you can get your name and you can support this tree, the harvesting, the maintenance, the watering, the care. You can also receive some of the material that comes off of this tree. So right now, if this tree was reserved, you would be able to receive some of this harvest. So I would put this harvest aside in a bin. I would dry it separately and I would package it separately just for you, our sponsor. So let me make sure. Definitely want to do number 73 right here in the back. So we're going to put number 73. All right, so we'll put her here. Thanks, Miss Moringa, and we'll go ahead and get her trimmed back together. You can see she's really nice and big and tall. And she's got two really nice stems coming from the base. It looks like she was frozen back here pretty severe in the winter, but she's on the comeback, and she's got two really thick pieces here. This one's just kind of coming in the middle, so we'll grab that first. Of course, we know that that's our number 1. And then these two right here look like they were already cut back and they came back. So let's go ahead and just bring them back again at that location, just the way she gets a chance to restart really low and short right here. She could possibly bush out right here. So if this is 73, this is 72. I've got a nice it's called a Satsuma citrus. So she's a nice little citrus here. So let's get her a little cleaned up around the edge. Keep her from getting too too clustered. She's got a lot of hardcore grass in here. This is kind of what I want to put on the back row of these. In this orchard here is actually lots of, let's see if we can put some of this soil around here just to kind of stiffen her up right here. She looks like she's a little soft here. It's all right. And also kind of pull back anything that's just kind of going down. Gonna keep her strong. Anything's just kind of going downward, we're just trimming. See how we're just keeping all the branches that are coming up. That'll lighten her up a little bit right there. Beautiful Satsuma. And then it looks like we have number 72 here. Not bad. Really, really great looking. 72. So I got some photos and some images going on the website here. This one just looks like she's broken already here, and she's rotten right here. See, like, as much as that's nice and everything, that's just a rotten piece that's coming off. This is just kind of rotten. All of this is rotten right here. She is coming back pretty solid, but she's rotten all the way right here. She's rotten all the way down into the middle. I don't know. I might have to just replace this one. This is how we keep them healthy out here. Making sure. One of the things that I'll do is probably come back to this one, but I know that I wanted to go ahead and plant the big tree right here for now. So we have a little spot that we can put the big tree in together. This spot right here was actually, so we get some of this grass back here so you can see. That this spot was just kind of empty. And we'll remove some of the grass and the weeds around this area. She might have just died back completely, but this is going to be a nice tree to put in here, and I could always come back in here and add some soil. I'm just going to get as far down as I can with the saw and just kind of get that tap root down in there. Nice. Okay. And then this will be a nice location for this tree here. She's got lots of mulch around here, lots of soil. And we'll check on her in a few weeks. Of course, I'll be walking through here every day. I'm mowing back here. I'm checking to make sure nothing gets overrun and eaten. I planted some cassava right over here. We've got some Mexican sunflower right here. I wonder if I should even move it over a little bit, because now that I see that the Mexican sunflower is right here, I wonder if this actually would be a better area a little bit. Right here, a little bit over. Just a little bit over. Well, the Mexican sunflower actually looks like she's a little bit over. She should be planted here. So I might move the Mexican sunflower over actually and keep her here, because she has a little bit of a distance here. I'm just kind of addressing the spacing of the space. It kind of gets a little wonky back here with spacing a little bit, but given the distance of this tree that's doing so well. And this tree, seeing that where this tree is and this tree is, we want to be in the middle of this tree. So I might just move this over just a little bit. Just a little bit. Want to have the right spacing. And we want to be in line. So let's go ahead and get her down in there. There we go. Covered up. And we could always come back in here with some soil, but honestly it looks like there's plenty of mulch, plenty of soil to use around here just to kind of build her up a little bit. Just got to move the grass. We'll be good. Oh yeah. Kind of exposing a little bit of the root is okay, because then that actually helps to push her down a little bit lower. She'll reach deep. Plus, she could settle. I might go ahead and just bring a little bit of soil. Just want to make sure that we're in line. Yeah, we're in line. She's actually a little bit out. Let's see here. Yeah, she is a little bit far out from the others. Okay, we actually have to come in a little bit. No problem. This is what we're finding. This is actually the ideal location right here. Yeah, we got some sand in here. Good. And she's still got her taproot. Boom, just like that. Oh yeah, I think that's it. She's still a little bit further out. Yeah, she is. But honestly, with as thick as it is over here, I think that's going to be perfect. Yeah. Look at all this sticks that broke down because I laid a bunch of sticks over here last winter, and it's just broken down. So there's lots of sticks from last year, lots of soil here, lots of mulch. Oh, lots of worms. Actually, I'm sifting my hand through a bunch of worms here. And so that's good. So we'll have her here in her new home. Welcome home, Miss Moringa. She'll do good here and she'll get real big. That's our new big tree. Look, I just planted some cassava right down in there. You can see the cassava right there. I just threw that down in the ground. And let's go ahead and get this tree trimmed back real quick together. These two. We'll keep the tree in the shade. And we'll even just get this row real quick together. Right here, we have a few minutes. And we got to go in and do orders. Got lots of orders in the queue. So if we have 73, 72, 71, 70. This would be number 70 right here. This one is a nice solid one. This one is a nice solid one, but this kind of comes out into the aisle. And she's just kind of hanging off here, off the edge. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and clean that right up. And push her a little bit further back this way. She's got a really nice piece here. Really nice piece here. Nice piece here. This seems a little rotted. This seems pretty good. What I might do is just kind of keep these two here. Like this. Clean her up a little bit. Yeah. And then kind of go ahead and bring that back there. Bring this back here, and then keep this one right here like this, and maybe make that one a little bit taller like that. Nice. good to get these greens up and into the shade quick. Let me actually pull my cart around so you guys can see. That was number 70. And then we have 69 here. 69 is looking good. She actually is coming quite a bit into the middle, into the row here. I want to give her a chance to create more space. And so I'm going to pull these off. I'm going to pull this off here. This is just kind of dead here. And get her solid back up again. This is just kind of coming down. There we go. Now she's really got a nice form. We'll pop top, and let her come back from those two pieces right there. Miss 69 right here. I might actually want to put a little bit more soil. I'm noticing in this spot right here, just to kind of raise her up. This mulch area right here has really kind of suppressed over the last year. Then we've got 68 and 67. Oh, she's got two coming out of here. We'll just go ahead and pop that top right there. And pop that top right there. This is just kind of coming into the aisle. So we'll get that one off. And then show this big beast of a base here. And get her cleaned up. Oh, she got some vines on her. Got some grass on her. Let's see. Wow, she's pretty massive down in here. Let's open her up a little bit. This is just kind of coming into the aisle here, but we could trim that back and keep that. This one is just kind of coming into the aisle here. Opening up the aisle so that way we can walk through here, mow through here. This one's okay. But honestly, I kind of like to just keep that one. But it's coming off of this rotted piece here. See, look at that. I easily just pulled that off. This one is more solid for sure. This one is actually really solid. So we'll keep that. This one is really solid. We'll keep this one a little bit taller in the back. That way we have a little bit of a hierarchy. And then pull this off in the middle here. This one's just kind of coming in the middle here. And then keep this one tall with a little hierarchy in the back with this one. There. And then go ahead and pop that top right there. Look at that. So she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming off of her base like that. And she produced a lot of nice greens here. Let's go ahead and get these greens on the table and we'll start harvesting these back and we'll weigh them out together. Thanks for joining me and subscribing to the Grow Moringa YouTube channel. Out here now, this aisle is completely walkable. I couldn't even walk over here last night. When the sun was going down, I was starting to just get the Mexican sunflowers cut back right here. You can see there's lots of fresh Mexican sunflowers. And then another thing that we have over here that I'll show you is some opuntia cactuses coming in right here. You can see the cactus coming in. And then I put a cassava right next to it. So yesterday I just came out here when the sun was going down and I planted a bunch of cassavas just to kind of get the Mexican sunflowers cut back, get these Mexican sunflowers cut back, and to get ready for today's film here. So let's go ahead and go and get these greens separated from the sticks and stems. Let's go. So this week, if you text big tree, I'm going to ship you a big tree if you win during the drawing on Saturday. So this Saturday we have a drawing, and if you text big tree, you could win a big tree. I just planted the big tree that I harvested and pulled out of the ground the other day. But let's go ahead and grab another big tree so you can see exactly where your big trees come from. Let's do it together. We had a little bit of a rain today, and I had a couple meetings, but we've got some big trees now starting to come up here in the middle of our rows. I might even do a little harvest and see about cutting the grass back a little bit. It's kind of wet, but we want to keep the grass down as much as we can right now. Keep this farm tamed back. She's a wild one. She's a wild one right now. But what's really important that's happening right now is that we've got some trees that are starting to get real big. Let's see if this could be a good big tree. Whoa. All right. So I just kind of snipped off a little bit of that taproot there, but super good. This is still super, super good. She still is going to be great for me to plant here. So I'll just plant this one here. Let's go ahead and do another one, just so you guys can see what it's like with the taproot. I've got to be real careful and go out real far with these. So I got to go out real far and just kind of pull out as much as I can without damaging it too much. I got to loosen the soil somehow. So I'm using this to kind of pull away, but I don't want to break it. Even if I cut it. There we go. There we go. Whoa, there we go. So I'm going to send you something like this. If I end up snapping it off like that, I'll go ahead and plant it here. I really want to get you guys a full one. Now, look at this. She's got two wrapping around her. What I might even do is just bring that one back like that. So that way you get one, and then we'll ship you this. This right here. So what I can do is I'll wash this off and I'll show you what this looks like before we go back in. But this is where we're getting our big trees right now. And they're on sale, 50% off for a limited time. These trees are going to be twice as big. In the next 30 to 60 days, they're going to be even bigger. So I'm going to be doubling the price. But if you text big tree this Saturday, you could win one of these big trees. But see how this is even having a double taproot down there? What I can do is even just pull that one off like that. And even pull that one off right there. So that way she's really just got a single taproot. And this helps to train this tree back to have a nice deep taproot. Then you can get this in the ground. Now, if you have a pot and the taproot is just too much, you can always just trim it back like this. That's why it's okay. I'm not too worried about it. Of course, we don't want to hurt our trees. We want to care for our trees. We want to have nice big taproots. We'll get this in the mail, you know, but like if this part right here is just too long for the box, I'm gonna pull that little piece off. So that way you have a lot of collars here and opportunities for this baby to re-sprout. You feel me? All right, let's get this in the wagon. And we're actually going to start right here because we just finished the end of our last row. I can do a quick little walkthrough and we can count together. We'll do a quick count. I'll set this down and we'll come back. Let's just do a documentation of our row, and then we'll come back and we'll start with getting the greens off of these, and we'll have the number. We'll know exactly what number we're starting with, right? Okay, so we just harvested number 51 here. Number 51, right? It's our Jewels of Opar. Got our nice big mama right here. Just planted 52. Let's go and pull this up. We just planted 52. And we got 53. 54. We pulled this baby back quite a bit. 55 is looking good. Looks like she's already sprouting back. I just did this last week. The video just came out today. And that's probably about, it's been about a week since I got out here. Was that 55, 56, 57. Look, they're already coming back. 57 is already starting to come back. See? Look at that. They're already starting to come back there. Look at that. Yep. 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, and I've already been taking back all the Mexican sunflowers too. 61. Healthy. These trees are going to get real nice and big and healthy now. And then 62, which we just brought back today, I think, a little bit. Yeah, we have left a little greens on there for her. 63, 64. Lots of opportunity there with 64 is a beast. 65 is a beast. These things are going to get massive. They're just really had a really cold winter. They still have a lot of growth to do for this summer. 65, 66 is empty. 67 just got a nice trim haircut. 68 is a beast. Big mama. 68. 69, she needs a little bit of soil around her. She's exposed. Her undies are showing. 69. 70 is a really good. 69. 70. Just replaced. 71 needs to be replaced. She's down there. She's rotted. She's got a hollowed out core there, and we're just going to replace that. We don't want that all the way in there like that. I don't know. I just feel like she's got a hole all the way down the middle. I don't know if I just want to keep that. I'm not really feeling that. Yeah, I think I'm going to replace her. She might do really good, but then 73. I think I must have missed one. Let's just double check while we walk back. 73. There's your sign. There's your adopted tree sign. 73. 72. 71. 70. 69. 68. 67. 66. 65. 64. 63. And what did we say that last one was? Because that's going to be the first one that we come back to. That's going to be 73. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with number 74. So this is the row that we're going to be working on now, and we're going to start with 74 out here. So we're going to get all the way back here. I just started trimming up a little bit. 74. Oops. 74 is the one that we need to start with. 74. 74. Okay. So we're going to keep working our way all the way back. Let's take some pics as well. All right. 74 is what we're going to start with up front. I was just getting the Mexican sunflowers back and really excited to get this harvested. Some of our sticks are starting to come back right here. And let's go ahead and continue cleaning and trimming this out for the first time. I mean, this is still early summer, believe it or not. I mean, these babies had a hard frost out here. And so we're just getting as much greens as we can right now, and also taking our time with our harvest and not moving too fast with our little babies. 74, right? 74. All right, I really need to get a sign. I'll go ahead and bring a sign. But what I'm going to do right now is just take a picture of this. This is going to be 74. Sun's coming down. 74. Boom. See if I can make a note here on here. Is there a way to take a note? I mean, I could adjust and draw. And let's see if I can put text. Let's see, can I put text on it? Let's see, how do I put text on it? Alright. Adjust. I want to put a heart. She's got a heart. I'll just know that these are done. I mean, I guess I could just put a mark. Clean up, crop. Okay. I'll just put a mark on here, and I'll put 74. Done at the bottom. I just put 74 at the bottom. Okay. We can always convert that later. So at least we know we have 74, and then 75, 76. So let's just do these right now. I'll get a picture of this one as well before we do anything. I think I got a picture of this yesterday. Seven six. So then I'll put on here 76. Okay, done. Okay, we've got our cutter. So the main goal is to really just get anything that's coming in the middle, right? As we know, you guys are hanging with me. I'm glad that we got lots of jewels of opar now that we can split out and move around the farm. It's a nice little purple flower. There's a plumeria coming in. There's a pineapple coming in. Lots of jewels of opar. That's nice. Let's get some of this cut and planted and next to the trees. Like every day I'm trying to come in and also just build up the beds and build up opportunities to have other plants, especially succulents like the jewels of opar here. I really want to plant a bunch of this in the ground so that way it splits. So I'm just putting a bunch of this in the ground here like that, so that way that takes. Beautiful. All right, focus. 74. She's a big mama. And I really like this one. We'll keep this here. Thanks, babe. This one's just kind of coming in the middle here. Let's going to bring that one back. That. This is nice here. Cool. This one is just kind of, yeah, we keep that one too. Keep that one as well. But now this is where we come in. These are just kind of coming in the middle. Oh yeah. We really needed that rain. It was really dry. It gets super dry out here right now because it's super hot and the days are long. Okay, that really opened her up right there. Okay, anything else? Yeah, this one here. It's coming in the middle. Let's go ahead and bring you guys in for a little bit of a closer view so you can see exactly what I see. Yeah. Okay. We'll get this one back here. Oh, see how that went ahead and just messed up the bark? Let's go ahead and get that a nice clean cut. Oh, got to keep going. We can do a score all the way around and that could help. Yep, nice clean cut. Nice clean cut. Hitting at an angle really helps. Now look at this. These two are connected down here. And we can just go ahead and keep those. This one doesn't necessarily need to be there because that's just kind of going up. This is splitting down here. It's kind of going into this one. But we could bring that back because that's actually in the aisle. This is actually technically considered the aisle here. This is nice here because this kind of comes up like this. 74. She's looking good. I'm going to go ahead and just bring this one here. This one's kind of weird. Clean. Give these babies some space. Oh, she's already popping right there, so I'll just keep that right there. Nice. This is kind of just crowding. Well, it's more like this one is kind of crowding the space, honestly, but she's solid right there. This little one, if I kept this one and kept this one, but got rid of this big one, this one, but I just kind of like how this one is already forming nice and big and solid because it's flat. It's flat up against the aisle. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring that one. We don't really need that one then in this case right now. What's really great is that this tree will look completely different next year. This one is just kind of coming down right next to it. Now we're talking. Okay, so now we can just pop that top, pop that top, pop that top. Nice. She's clean. She'll come back real nice. This is kind of rotten here, but we can just remove that. There's some ants in there. Let's get that dead piece off so that way she just kind of gets cleaned up. There's ants in there. There's ants in there. Yep. That's gonna be thing. That's kind of thing. But she's solid, man. Yeah, I remember I brought this one from another location. I was growing this tree at another location for many years. 74, and I brought her here. Let's go ahead and come over here to number 76. And we'll just keep walking down. I kind of want to take the cart. Well, it's kind of full right now, so we can empty it. And we might even just call it a day because we still have a lot of greens to get on the racks. It's good for a day. It's getting late. I could work all day and all night. sometimes we got to take a little bit of a break. Right now, this definitely I would consider a class B. Now, this definitely, that one, 74 is a class A for sure. I would say this would be a solid B because she's got a fat base, but it's running short. I got to get some soil actually out here in this because she's sinking in here. And so putting some soil in here would also really help right here. It looks like, because I remember, what's crazy is that like this used to be the end of the farm. Then I got a bobcat and I moved mulch and soil, and then I got that row done. And then I moved more mulch and soil, and then I got another row done. This is what? Just coming in the middle. So we'll get rid of that one. Sorry, baby. These two are just kind of crowding each other. I like how this one's already here. But if we pull on it, oh, this one's nice. This one's just kind of rotting right here. She's going to do a little bit of that. See that right there? There's some caterpillars in there. She's just got some rotten wood in there. It's good to just get this back. She's sealed up in here now, though. She's solid right here. This is really closed off, hardened off. She's huge. She's definitely been frozen back quite a bit. She's got a nice stem here. Honestly, it's kind of small. This one we already left is kind of big, so we'll leave that there like that. Look how many pieces this one has now. Boom. This one, I like how this one here split. So now it's like really low. Boom. And then I might even just keep this one tall like that. So that way it's kind of like a little bit of a hierarchy, right? So that way this one bushes up here. These ones will bush up down here. This one could push out a little bit more. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's got a couple of really big roots right here just hanging out of the ground. So one of the things that I could do is even cut the root back at the surface to help push more roots down. But look, she got this massive root right here that just kind of leads, and you can feel it in the ground all the way down to here. And it just like runs across the whole surface, and that also helps to suck up water and suck up moisture, and she's grabbing all the vitamins and minerals. Even if she's not down low, she's still getting everything that she needs. She's holding this space together, mycelial network, and really creating like a lock to protect, especially like if this is going all the way out and it gets really dry, she's able to feed all the way out. They tend to creep if they've been replanted or had some damage down in the main taproot. Yeah, I've got to keep these weeds back. There's lots of vines out here, lots of little vines. So, all right, let's come back here and we'll finish on the table. Should we just get this one? We'll just get one more big one. Let's just do one more big one together. That way we pretty much have this whole row brought back. You can see her close up. I knew that was going to happen. Look at that. Okay, let's go ahead and pop this top here. Bring this down a little bit. This one, let's take a picture. So if this is 74, 75, does 75 need to be replaced? Oh, 75 is down here hiding. 75's here just hiding. Let's take a picture of that before we cut it back. Let's go ahead and clean that up. Oh yeah, because she's coming back. Yeah. Let's try not to break that. We didn't forget about you. No. I know you're here. I brought you back. I remember. Yeah, we're healing all these trees up. Sometimes they get frozen, but would be number 75. Okay. Let's put a little mark on there. 75. Done. Okay. 74, 75, 76. This would be 77. Right? 77 is going to get some love. And I got some Opuntia cactus here. Let's see, 77. There we go. I want to be able to show the root a little bit. So I'm just going to bring this back a little bit. Here, there we go. 77. Nice. Let's mark it. I'll just have to keep doing this while I'm out here. Done. 78 is empty. 79. Wow, she's massive. 79. And we'll go ahead and end her here for the day. 79. We did quite a bit today. We'll bring her back. She's a beast. She's definitely an A. 79. That's an A for sure. Nice. $79. Okay. Bring her back. Let's make our assessments. Wow, she's got a lot of damaged goods down here. Let's bring you in close, that way you can see what we got. You can see all the work that I do down here. Close up. You know. Well, you can clearly see that there's a lot of damage. Just like with anybody though, just needs a little TLC. So we might really have to bring this baby back quite a bit. We could start her fresh. Let's see. See, that kind of feels rotten there because of this. This kind of feels rotten there. So like if I was to take this one completely back, see, this is kind of rotten there. There's a hole there. That's wet. That's water right in there. As much as this is nice and big and we think that's good, oh, that's terrible. Look at that. That just fell right off. This is why we're coming out here taking care of our trees right now. So we definitely want to keep this. That's nice. This is just kind of coming in the middle. So I'll clean that. And then this is just kind of coming in the middle too. Man, this is just kind of breaking off. I can see that that's just kind of breaking off right there. So that's why I'm kind of like, this tree might be getting a real makeover right now. A real drastic makeover. You might not believe me when I do. You really might not believe me what I do right now. Please forgive me. It's just, this is the only solid one, and this is the only solid one. This thing fell over. It's leaning over. She's super happy in the spot that she's in, but we can't keep this. Here, this is rotten here. This is rotten all the way down in here. We can't keep that. So, I don't know if you can see it yet, but if we take that, oh my gosh, and we just can't let, there's water in this all the way up to here. So what I could do is probably keep this, and that could restart right there. So I could keep that. Just see, let's just see. Okay, that's good. We could keep that actually. But I'm sorry, but this is rotten. We can't do that. This is rotten. Okay. And that's it. And then we'll just leave this here as a beacon of hope and light. Wow. That was hardcore. I know it. Okay. Show our respects to, we say 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. Miss 79. I'll get these on the rack, on the thing real quick. Let's cut this baby back real quick while we're here. I took a photo. So we'll just keep, see, this is rotten here. I don't know. Don't even know about that one either. Honestly, it's just rotten like that. I don't like it when they're just not stable. Only keep them when they're real stable, and then boom. But she could come out from this piece right here and just thicken up and get real good. Respect. Okay, let's come back in a few minutes on the table. I know it. The field is transforming right before your eyes. We've just spent the last 2-3 weeks harvesting the trees back on this side. I'll show you what the hedge looks like now. The hedge is starting to come back already really nice. It's been maybe a month almost. But we just got these trees cut back real hard, and we want our trees healthy, right, from the base. So what we're doing is we're really trying to get our trees super tall like this, thick and healthy, so that way nothing can penetrate them. But it's just if they get knocked out in the winter, we've got to kind of start over and not allow them to further rot. You know, of course, nature will take care of it, but we're here to help and steer these trees and help these trees get thick and big. Plus, we want the greens to be healthy along the way. We don't, you know, if we just kept all this stuff and we said, oh no, we'll just keep the rotting wood, it's just also going to be attracting pests and bugs out here. We're already preparing for storm season as well, so it's really not that bad, because what happened last year when we had a hurricane in October, we had a massive hurricane in October. So that was also the start of what you're seeing now, is a massive hurricane in October, knocked a lot of these trees over, rotted a lot of these roots because we were underwater. The water was up to here. The water line had all of these trees underwater for a week, 2 weeks. My truck was stuck right there where the camera is. And I couldn't even move the van for like a week. I couldn't even get gas for like 2 weeks. We don't want all this bug stuff out here either. You know, like, it's fine. It'll be rotting down below. Like, well, we don't need that rotting on the tree. That'll break down super quick. Like, yeah, this was rotting. This was rotting. And it looked fine on the outside because it's like, oh, look, it's got big, massive wood. But look what we did. We did a service here. Because, look, this is rotting. This right here looks good on the outside. It looks good on the outside. It's like, oh, no, let's just keep that. But then, when we bring it back, you can see, even though it has a nice piece coming out of it here, it's like, no, we can't keep that. Wood is chambered. You see that chamber? Look at that beautiful chamber right there. Look, I'm going to have to show that. Wow, that's a beautiful chamber. Clearly chambered off. Look at that chamber right there. I'll be able to use this as an example. I'll take a picture of that. That's a chamber right there. And where does it happen? In between the collars. Right? You don't see that, but the tree naturally forms this protection to keep it from rotting down here. It sealed it off. Look at that seal. And there's an outer seal here as well. Bark, the cadmium layer right here. Look at that. And then it just rotted on the inside. Yep. She was going to keep going though, but see how she kept going even above the chamber there, because she was feeding, sucking the life out of it here from the bark. So we'll just put this back down and let it break down in the field. Let the ants and animals stay down in the ground. We don't want them in the tree. We don't actually want them in the tree. And I definitely wouldn't replant that. I think I knocked this stick over when I walked by the other day. Let's bring that back up. There we go. Yeah. I mean, this row is getting some TLC for sure. We still have half a row back there. We'll get to that tomorrow. Let's get the greens that we currently have. Got to keep them separated. Let's separate them and then we will weigh them out maybe sometime tonight. Look at that big old harvest we got. Yeah. All right, we got our harvest from earlier and we got our harvest from now. So I'm going to go ahead and just start laying the new greens out. This is from earlier. It did get a little bit wet, but it's okay because we're going to wash them up anyways. It's only been a few hours. You got to get them within 6 to 12 hours, you know, washed up and on the shelf to really keep a green product. Today, in between the filming here, we talked on the phone to a few people. We sent about 20 orders out in the mail, and we had a meeting with our members. Right now, my buddy Jason and I, we are building a marketing and operating system called Growth OS. And that is helping our members set up their business, their moringa businesses. We offer website services, phone service, email service to really help establish your moringa business. Okay, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time here, maybe on time lapse of really just breaking down these greens. It might take me maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours. But I don't know, maybe we can watch a movie out here. Relax. It's sunset, sun is going down. I'll take my shoes off and do some grounding. So thanks a lot for hanging with me. By the way, remember, let me wash this off real quick so you can see. If you text big tree, we'll send you a big tree for free. We have a drawing on Saturday, this Saturday. If you text us 813-696-6676, we will send you a big tree if you win. We'll draw maybe 2 people from our weekly drawing. If you text us big tree, you could win a big tree. We've had people who text us every week. They're multiple winners. They win. Some people have won several times. But you can see I cut this tuber back accidentally. Either way, if you get this, it's all right, because this could be good in a pot, or one of these will regrow into another taproot. Totally cool. You mostly just want the tuber, and tap roots are gonna grow, regrow, push out. You're gonna be able to cut them back, replant them. Tap roots are really good to eat, and it definitely does not affect the life of the tree. She's not gonna die if you cut the tap root off. She'll grow all new tap roots. She'll push out multiple tap roots. Notice how this one had 2 tap roots and I cut her back. Even they were almost like walking. They were like wrapped around each other. And so by doing that, this one could get a lot bigger. This one could have just been sucking life force out of this main one. By doing that and getting that in the ground, this one could get massive. So text 813-696-6676 for a chance to win a big moringa tree. Not to worry, these are all organically grown. The best trees with love. Mwah, mwah. Okay, we love these babies. And we've just noticed and seen that even if we beat them up by accident, that they still end up coming back. And as long as we have love and belief that they're going to come back, they definitely do live a really great life. And still, this has a lot of opportunity. I'll probably just replant this out in the field, but this one, look at this, boom. We ship them when they have really nice roots and I don't cut them back like that. So you'll get something like this. I may pull something off like that if it's wrapped around or if it's really just wonky or whatever. We just want to make sure that you get it all the way like that. I might, bring that back a little bit to get in a box because the box is like 2 feet. I could cut the root, cut the stem back a little bit, but either way, this is a way for you to get a chance to win a free big tree. But also if you want to buy many big trees, they're 50% off right now. And if you become a member, you could even get an even greater discount. We have a special deal for wholesale, and our wholesale sheet is done. We updated our wholesale sheet, and we have now 10 items a case. Finally, it took me 8 months or so. I started at 12 a case, and it just was weird. It was wonky. The numbers were off, and people were having to pay a little bit more. But now we brought it down 10 a case. I brought a lot of the prices down. So now you're saving even more on wholesale. I'm getting better. It's my first time offering wholesale, and now we offer wholesale to members. So you could get hundreds, if not thousands of these at a really great price. I've got 75,000 out in the field. So I want to get them all sold before the end of the year. So we have an event, Moringa Fest, is a time where we're going to be harvesting and selling all of our big trees off at a really great price. So if you don't win, then you can get them retail. And if you want to become a member, get them at wholesale, and then come through as a member for Moringa Fest to get an even better deal when these are massive. These are going to be massive. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching. We'll come back when we have this ready for weight. Let's see how much we got. Success. We got another 40 pounds. That's 40 pounds of wet greens, beautiful, wet, fresh greens. And we were able to already wash everything off, and we're ready to get them on the racks to dry. The key to success and the key to making extra money from your moringa trees is following these steps in this video. You'll want to harvest your trees, separate the sticks from the stems. So the main sticks, the big sticks, right? We separated all of our big sticks and all of our stems. All of the cuttings, we left all the tips on top so we could replant all of these and double, quadruple, 10x all of the money, time, and energy that we've spent in the field to make new trees. And we're not letting anything go to waste. This is how we make a living from moringa, making sure that we have a high quality product that we can offer in large quantity, and get everything harvested in a very short amount of time. This isn't very hard. This is consistency, dedication, repetitive, monotonous, boring. Did you know that all of the boring businesses, the businesses that are able to scale and get big and make millions of dollars a year, come from doing the same thing over and over and over again? I've been doing the same exact thing every single day for 10 years. I find joy in the simplicity of this job that I created for myself by harvesting nature from essentially right outside of my own farm, and knowing that in order to keep this product safe, I have to get it drying on screen racks within 6 to 12 hours inside in a climate controlled environment, so that way there's no mold, bacteria, fungus that form on the leaf, so that way the product, the final product, is very, very high quality. This 40 pounds will turn into about maybe 5 to 6, maybe 7 pounds. It's a little wet right now, and I was able to get everything weighed out and scaled out here. This is a beautiful day, because if you think about being able to sell retail, let's just say it was 5 pounds and we're able to sell it for, say, 60 bucks, 6, 12, 18, 24, 300. This is how I make $300 a day from moringa. And that's consistency over and over and over again. We can take those sticks and cuttings, we can make all new trees. And I want to thank you for participating and watching all the way to the end, so that way you could learn exactly how we did this. It's not a hard business. This is just something that takes time, love, energy, and respect. We had to take a break. It was hot in the middle of the day, then it rained. Then the trees were happy again. We only want to harvest when the leaves and the trees are very high with sap. We don't want to harvest in the middle of the day. We harvest early in the morning or after a rain in the evening. We like to harvest during full moons, especially. And it's summertime, so these greens are amazing. They're super green. They're going to come out amazing. This powder that you order from us, the tea that you order from us, is super fresh. So I really appreciate your patience when you order from us. It takes a few days for us to get it dried, about a week. Then it takes us about a week to move through the process of packaging. Sometimes orders can take about a week to arrive, and that's just because we're flowing through about 50, sometimes over 100 orders a week. And so thank you for all your support, trusting in us, and making sure that we stay in business, that our farm is preserved, and thank you for considering sponsoring one of these moringa trees. Today we were out in row 3, and we started on row 4 later in the evening. This morning we were out in row 3 in the back end. Now we're starting in row 4. And we've got a great story to tell. We're going to keep coming back for more and more and more. So thank you very much for subscribing and liking this video. Let us know in the comments if you have any suggestions. If you want to be a part of the organization, please come into the members area. We have meetings every single day at 8 o'clock. We're also teaching and training our members how to have their very own moringa business website, creating lander pages and funnels, get you a phone number, get you an email address, so that way you can start making newsletters and sending out blog posts and have a shop of your very own. If you don't have product of your own, you can start your website by being an affiliate bridge website, and that essentially links your webpage with our products, and you earn commissions off of helping to sell this product here on your website. And then as you get your own products, you can begin to list your products individually, one by one, as you begin to have your own stock. This is a process. This didn't happen overnight for me. This has taken many years. And I just have the dedication, the love, the passion for Miss Moringa. She is abundant and always come back. She always comes back. And the work that we're doing right now with these trees reminds me and ensures that these trees will continue to come back year after year, even in the cold. Even when they come back to the ground, the root systems are still there. And that's why these trees are fleshing out. I just harvested a couple of small trees, and look, I got 40 clean pounds. Don't let the greens on your tree go to waste and have your tree super big to where it's too big to harvest. If you keep your trees nice and short, you'll be able to get pounds and pounds and pounds off of your moringa. I have so many testimonials where people are telling me that our moringa is helping them with their blood sugar, their A1Cs, their anemia, their blood, their energy, their colon, their intestines, their muscles, their protein. It's got protein and vitamins and minerals. And so most importantly is that it's local and it's fresh. And this didn't sit on the shelf. This wasn't harvested thousands and thousands of miles away over many, many oceans and countries. This is right here in your backyard. We're right here in Tampa, Florida. And I really appreciate you for considering shopping with us and being a part of the team. We have an agricultural collective where we're training, coaching, educating, and creating community with people that are also just as passionate about moringa as I am. And until next time, peace, love, and prosperous growing. I'm Kendrick Henry, your local USA moringa farmer. I'll see you soon. Ciao.